In inverse proportion, one increases, the other decreases.
Yeah, Shettima, let's solve this question. The time taken to buy fuel at the filling station varies directly as the number of vehicles V in a queue and varies inversely as the number of pumps available at the station. In a station with 5 pumps, it took 10 minutes to fuel 20 vehicles. Find A. The relationship between T, P, and V. B. Time it takes to fuel 50 vehicles at a station with 2 pumps. C. Number of pumps required to fuel 40 vehicles in 20 minutes.
In inverse proportion, one increases, the other decreases.
Now, we're told that the time taken, time is given as T, varies directly as the number of vehicles. So as you can see, this is how to represent direct proportion. So T varies directly as V. What does it mean? As T increases, V also increases. That's direct proportion. But it says the same T varies inversely as the number of pumps. Inversely will mean 1 over P. So T varies directly as V. The time varies directly as the number of vehicles, but varies inversely as the number of pumps. And that's why we have 1 over P. 1 over P represents inverse. Now in inverse proportion, that means when talking about inverse, as T increases, P would be seen to decrease. Let's come again. Time varies directly as the number of vehicles, but the time varies inversely as the number of fuel pumps. But then the question further says, in a station with 5 pumps, it took a time of 10 minutes to fuel 20 vehicles. 20 vehicles. So question A says find the relationship between T, P, and V. That's for question A. So to do that, we need to find the constant K. We need to find the constant K. So plug in P is 5, T as 10, V as 20. Then this one will represent K. It's going to represent K. So plugging in everything, this is what we have. My K is going to be here. So this can be replaced with the equal to sign. I'm going to write it here. At this point, 50 equals to 20K because 10 times 5 is 50. Now I want my constant to remain. I got to divide both sides by 20. When I do that, I get 50 over 20 because 20 strikes at 20 and I'm left with 50 over 20. Here it is. So 50 over 20 broken down in its lowest term, you've got 5 over 2 because 0 is going to cancel 0. 5 over 2. This is my constant. So now because K equals to 5 over 2, as we have here, you plug this value here because you want this. The question says relationship between T, P, and V. So K equals 5 over 2. So bring this K equals 5 over 2 over here. When you put it here, you have T proportionate to V all over P, then 5 over 2. I'm going to write it here. You can see T proportionate to V over P, while we found our K as 5 over 2. Then what do we do next? We say T equals to, this can represent equals to, so T equals to V all over P. Then my 5 over 2 could be written like this. Since I have a major over here, I can write it as 5, and here you got a 2. It's the same thing. So 5 over 2 can be written as this. So this is the relationship between T, V, and P. Catch you at the top. Correct. So the B part says the time it takes to fuel 50 vehicles with 2 pumps. What time does it take to fuel 50 vehicles? And then the pumps are just 2 in number. Since our relationship is T equals V all over P, with the constant being 5 over 2. So we plug in V as 50 here, and then we plug in P as 2 here. Since P is 2 here, we plug in P as 2. So you can see 50 over 2 times 5 all over 2. So if I have 50 over 2 times 5 over 2, 50 over 2 times 5 over 2, yeah? Then 50 times 5 is 250, while 2 times 2 is 4. So having done this, you're going to get 125 over 2. That gives you 62.5 minutes. Remember, our time is in minutes. So this is what I get as my B. Then I will move on to C. C is simple. It says find the number of pumps required to fuel 40 vehicles for 20 minutes. Go back to our relationship T equals to V over P, and constant being 5 over 2. So 5 over 2 are constant. So just like this, and then we plug in V as 40, P is unknown, and then T is 20. Here we go. 5 over 2 here. Having plugged the relationship, this is T, V 40, P unknown, and then this is 2. So we'll cross multiply. This is P times 2, 2P. Take it to the other side. So P times 2 is 2P times 20 is going to give us 40P. So 40P equals to 40 times 5, which is 200. So, of course, we said 40P, 20 times 2P, 40P equals to 200. Means I'm looking for P, which is the pump. I divide both sides by 40, right? And when I divide both sides by 40, I get 200 all over 40. And 200 over 40, 0 cancels 0 here. 20 divided by 4 is 5. My answer is 5. So we need 5 pumps. P here gives us 5. P gives us 5.